Coach Mike Williams from Grand Valley State University. Welcome to the BCAM Podcast.
Yeah, thanks for being here or let me be here. Great experience.
Awesome. Coach, let's talk about building a championship team. First of all, congratulations on being a national championship coach and program. How does a coach go about building a championship team?
You know, I think there's different ways now. Obviously, you see with the transfer portal and the NIL money, you can build a little quicker. It's evidence a lot of teams are getting it done in a hurry. And there's a way to build it with sustainability and doing it from the ground up. And that's kind of what we try to do, or we tried to do at Grand Valley. I got the job 11 years ago with myself and Coach Phil Sayers and now Amanda Parker. And, it's just setting the foundation, setting the foundation with, number one, your players and your culture. You've got to recruit the players. And again, players fit different cultures. This is not a good or bad thing. It's players that fit what you do. Doesn't mean they're not good players. Doesn't mean they can't, they're not going to be real successful. You just want to fit players that, recruit players that fit your personality, right, and to kind of build a program that way. Number two, it's, establishing a recruiting culture and getting the players that you want, that you need, that fit your program, like that we talked about. It just kind of threw me here.
No, that's all right. We can edit this. So when you're looking at a player, Coach, what are some of the attributes you're looking for?
For us, in our philosophy, we're playing a lot of players.
Yeah.
And so we have to have players that have to want to come here and might have to wait their time to play major minutes. They'll sacrifice some of their individual accolades for the team accolades. Players that like to defend, or we're a defensive-oriented program. Players that are willing to learn and get better. And we take players that sometimes other players don't recruit, or other schools don't recruit, that we take, and we try to develop them. And so, players that you get the feedback on, players that they like to be in the gym. They're players that want to get better. They're open. They're really into playing team basketball.
Like that. Love that. So, Coach, our theme this year is networking. Can you talk to us a little bit about networking, maybe in general, or specifically to your role, how you became the head coach at Grand Valley, or just maybe some overall advice to our coaches who are listening?
It's funny. I'm talking to these coaches here today, and I was a high school coach for 21 years. I'm going to tell them my first job was 20 years old in Stevens Point, and I was at P.J. Jacobs Junior High as the freshman coach, and on my team was Tony Bennett, who just retired from coaching, got out of Virginia. And it is, and I was a guy when I was younger. I would work any basketball camps in the state. I would go to practices. I like you said, networking. Just you get to know so many people by working camps and being involved and going to clinics. We went to clinics. I'd drive to Minneapolis to see Mike Krzyzewski and Duke put on a clinic, and then you're down in Pulaski, Wisconsin, watching Woody Wilson put on a clinic. And I don't know some of these guys' names, but you establish contacts, and then it stays with you. And ironically, last year we won the national championship, and we put in a press that we got from Keith Haskey.
Wow.
The Charlevoix, Traverse City, St. Francis coach back in the day, and got his teams, boys and girls, to the finals. And I tell you, these high school coaches, they always want the college coaches to come and speak, and all these big name people, because that's what you think where the knowledge is, and it is. But man, the high school coaches, these guys, they are in the trenches. They're doing it, and they're building it from the ground up. And there's a lot of great ideas that you can get from each other as a high school coach.
Coach, thanks for joining the BCAM podcast.
Awesome. Thanks for me on.